republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Susie Smith is.
All right. Susie is going to read resolution honoring our principals. Thank you, Susie.
Good evening. Okay, a resolution honoring principals by the Anderson County Board of Education. Whereas principals and assistant principals take enormous responsibility and duties, including observing, evaluating, policy planning, mentoring, and much, much more. And whereas principals and assistant principals are instructional leaders who provide direction for students, teachers, and other employees in our district. And whereas principals establish a vision for our schools and create strategies for that vision. And whereas principals seek support from parents and community and garner their engagement in their schools. And whereas principals strive to enhance the learning and working environment of the school, now therefore be it resolved that the Anderson County Board of Education hereby adopts February the 9th, 2023 as Principal Appreciation Day in all of our schools. And be it further resolved that the board expresses deep appreciation to principals and assistant principals in our system and encourages the students and staff to join us in expressing appreciation to these school leaders. This is adopted by the Anderson County Board of Education in the regular session on February the 9th, 2023.
Motion to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Motion and a second to adopt the resolution. All, any discussion? Of course not. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
There's
All right.
Got them on there.
There you go.
Yep.
Thank you, Susan. At this point, we get to,
Next resolution.
well, I thought we weren't reading that.
We're not, but you still got to vote on it.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay. The next resolution is for the land purchase at Norwood Elementary in Oliver Springs, that piece of property that we're buying. You all have seen that. So is there a motion to approve this resolution? So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. That is done. Thank you.
Now you got it.
Now we got it. All right. Now we have the good pleasure of recognizing our 2023 Employees of the Year. So you're gonna help.
I'm going to help you. Yes.
We have gifts and we have money, right?
Yes.
That everybody likes. So is there an order?
Now, we'll start off with Chastity Wilkerson. You'll come forward. Chastity is our classified support person of the year, and she is from Clinton High School.
All right.
Give me this one, you take that one. That is a check for $500. Thank you, congratulations. The next one, I know she's just excited about being here, is Jamie Linkus. If you will come forward, she is our Teacher of the Year for elementary school. She is from Anderson. And next we'll have from our middle school, which is Jennifer Taylor. If you will come forward. And you can't spend on your husband. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
But you will spend it on your kids.
We're all the money.
Exactly. Next is our high school, is Duncan Cole. He is from Anderson County High School. You don't get filed, but you still get the check and your badge. All right, great, thank you.
No, beautiful mask.
Next, we will move on to our Principal of the Year, and that is April Myers from Clinton Middle School. The last person we will recognize is our Director of the Year, which is Mr. Greg Deal, if he will come forward.
Could at least give us a hat.
Yeah. It was good, because this is the first time in 4 years we've got to do this in person since COVID started, so. Glad that,
got us done.
yeah, yeah, it almost got us
That's right.
done there.
All right. We're glad to have all of our guests here. I think we just recognized a lot of them. We do have one person to be heard tonight. That's Miss Gibson. If you want to come to the podium, is she here? Yep. If you want to come to the podium, state your name and address. Address your comments to me, and you will have 3 minutes.
My name is Julie Gibson. My address is 211 Coral Circle, Powell, Tennessee 37849.
Yep.
I am a parent of a child at Claxton Elementary School, and I'm the reason all of the improvements have been made that have affected our budget. I'd like to know why so many improvements are being done at once. Why we're talking about lights are being done, a sidewalk being laid, speed bumps have been done, signs have been replaced. Why is everything being done at once? What department has dropped the ball on all of this having to be done at once? Something should have been done every year so that it didn't impact our budget so much all at once. Someone should have been walking around and making reports on this. I'd like to know why that wasn't done. I'd like to know how much all of these improvements are gonna cost. I've made requests to the school, and they've given me a 30 days on that. But I know estimated concrete's like $50 a yard. How much is all this gonna cost, and when is it gonna be made ADA compliant so that we can walk on it? They've invited us to walk on it, but I have medical issues. I don't feel safe walking on gravel. It's not an okay ADA appliant material. I'd like to know when that's gonna be completed. I also feel that my child is being denied her rights to a safe and secure environment. They've had a recent incident of inappropriate internet knowledge to very inappropriate sites go on. This is for second graders, 7, 8-year-olds. And then my daughter was found to be innocent in that. She was pulled out of class and questioned about it after being found innocent. Now, this is after making a incident of fondling on the playground. And I'm curious, I will be filing a Title IX investigation into the maladministration on the administrative side of the handling of the paperwork and the investigation based on late investigation, late reporting, dismissal, I'm sorry, I have a lot written down, and why the Title IX director dismissed it as being sexual harassment. So I'd like to know all the answers to these things. I don't feel that the schools, between the safety of us walking, what's going on, they're not supervising the internet usage, and then my child being pulled out and questioned. I don't know if that's retaliatory in having something filed. She was fondled on the playground, and the only supportive measures that were offered were to pull the boy out of club. He's in the same grade as her. When I asked her teacher to be sure that they were kept apart on recess, I was given the answer of, well, that's when we take our breaks, other people take them out. I kind of got dodged on that, so I had to ask again. And I go, well, we'll see what we can do. And I never received a grievance policy until over a week later, after the incident occurred. And I'd like to know what's going on. Like I said, I don't feel that my child is having her rights met to a safe and secure environment here. And I'd like to know why. See what, I mean, we gotta do better.
Well, as I understand, you got some meetings and scheduled with some of our staff, and that's what we would say. Our board handles policies, and our staff and,
But what about whenever staff's not following the policies that you have set up?
then that's something you need to go through
That'll be part of
go
the
through
Title IX
process.
investigation,
Well,
sir.
you're talking to the right people. I understand you've made appointments with Dr. Parrott, and he's put you in touch with some other folks of his staff. Those are the people we trust to handle those things. If it's not met satisfactorily, you come back to us.
I was gonna say, I mean, and I looked in the student handbook, the school bullying policy is very well laid out, I mean, as far as consequences and offenses. But there's nothing listed, it just says sexual harassment prohibited, Title IX, da-da-da-da, but there's nothing laid out as far as what should happen. Why is that? Everything else as far as crime and punishment, or crime, whatever you wanna call it, is laid out. And sexual harassment is right in there with bullying, but there's nothing under there as far as what punishment should be.
Yeah, those are questions that can be answered by our staff. So,
Okay, I guess I will take those to the staff.
Yep.
And going back to the crosswalks are still not in standards. They're 3 inches. The government standard is 6 inches, and the Department of Tennessee recommends 8 to 12 inches for the lines.
right.
At Anderson County High School, they're 3 foot wide. I think our kids deserve it a little bit better, and it's not even reflective paint. They went out there with regular spray paint or something. It's still a sad crosswalk. Do they intend to pave?
We
front-
appreciate you bringing all this to our attention through emails and being here today. But your 3 minutes are up, and this is not on the agenda, so we can't take action on it
May I
tonight.
ask one question?
You can.
Are they going to pave the walkway in the woods?
I do not know the answer to that question.
Okay.
So,
Thank you very much, John.
yep, thank you. Appreciate you coming. Next item is the approval of the agenda.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion second, approve the agenda. Any discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Next, approval of consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion, any items to be pulled off? Not all in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. All right. Executive approval, there was none other than property purchase, and we just approved that. The only comment I have as chair tonight is to remind you of our board retreat on Friday, March the 3rd. We're going to schedule that from 3 in the afternoon until 10, but if we get through early, we might be able to do 7 hours worth of work in 4. We'll see. So, and that will be here. Right.
And you need to decide on either Soup Kitchen, Cracker
Oh,
Barrel,
do you-
or Panda Express. I think that was the 3.
That's right. That's right. We'll take a straw poll on that later and figure out what we want to eat. So, we don't want anybody going hungry.
Do without food.
Yeah, that's right. We'll have food. So, all right. Comments from our student board members?
Hello.
Hi,
All
Courtney.
right, so at Anderson County High School, some of the academics, our Elite 100 and 30 Plus Club had their celebration February 7th. And then Practice ACT is February 25th. And then for some sports, we've got a basketball game tonight, which is actually also the basketball homecoming, versus Central at home. And then the swim team has their state championship meet the 10th. February 19th, track and field has their state championship also. And then some other little fun things that we have going on. We had Spirit Week this week for basketball. And then there's also going to be a masquerade ball Saturday, February 18th. and the Peer Buddy Prom. So it's the prom of the stars for them. That's it.
All right,
Thank you.
Do you know what each day for Spirit Week is?
So it was this week, let's see, we had, today was Hippie Day, and then yesterday was Soccer Mom, Barbecue Dad, and then we had Country Boy Girl. So it's like the athletic wear, and then the Barbecue Dad was in like cargo shorts type of thing. Disney Day.
Oh, Disney Day, okay, great, thank you. All right, Reagan, I had you doing the pledge tonight.
I know, I'm so sorry.
We'll get you next month, all right?
Say this.
It's on
What is
I think it was one of them's phone.
what? Everybody check your phone.
Is it my phone?
No.
Nope, okay. All right. And with that introduction, Reagan.
Follow that.
And I'm so sorry about that. I'll make sure to be on time.
No
next
problem,
time.
we'll get you
Sorry.
next month.
Okay. So, just some of the things that are going on at Clinton High School. Our dual enrollment numbers are up for the 7 a.m. Roan State class. And there's just a bunch of students taking dual enrollment classes right now, and they're doing very well in them. Financial awards are rolling in from like the University of Alabama, and they offered Addison Del Carmen a $15,000 scholarship per year. Spring sports are preparing for the season, and fundraising has begun. So like they're doing like they're doing a dinner at Texas Roadhouse on February 13th, and I believe it's 10% of the profits from the dinner are going to the soccer team. And we have grade level assemblies every month, and we just had one yesterday actually during Flex Block, and everything went good. And then we have we as a school have submitted 78% of the seniors' FAFSAs. So,
Good.
but that's pretty much it.
That's
And of
good.
course, we have a game tonight. Agreed.
Yep,
So,
yep,
yep.
okay.
That's
All
it.
right, thank you. Next item is Director's Report.
I'm going to forego mine tonight because I can't talk
Because
very
you
good,
can't
so
talk.
I'm gonna just let us
It's
move
gonna
on.
be a
All right, that'll take us right on to committees, so. You're supposed to talk for the budget. You got Andy taking care of you?
Okay, the Budget Committee met Monday night. First thing we took up was the appropriations, 1A through K. Well, Dr. Perry.
Yeah, and we have, most of these, the first one that is on there is really not on there. We've already done that one for last month. The 1B is appropriation from the insurance company, $57,622. 1C, D, E, F, G, H, and I are all appropriating for carryover and new allotments from either Title I, IDEA, or preschool. Then 1J is actually another insurance for $14,580, and then the last one is to appropriate USDA funds for to finish out the physical need, the physical year. My mind's not working. $15,000. So, like I said, 1C through 1K are all federal money, and 1A is the only one that is. 1B is the only one that is appropriation.
All right. Those have been approved by the committee and come as a motion, right? So is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right. And
You have
that's- Comes from the committee as a motion?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have a second, so roll call vote.
Yes. Mr. Bell? Aye. Mr. Gillenwaters?
Aye.
Ms. Langenberg?
Aye.
Mr. McCamey?
Aye.
Ms. Portwood?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. And transfers?
Second were the transfers. two, what?
2A
through two.
2P.
2P,
Yeah,
yeah.
P,
we
yeah.
understand.
That's right.
Yep. So, the first one, 2A, was general purpose transfer for retired employee benefits, $2,020. 2B was a general purpose transfer funds for CT personnel. That was just kind of left off the budget. We had to move it from a different line item. 2C was transfer funds for unemployment and liability insurance, $27,535. D and E and F and G and H are all federal grants. Most of those are to shore up the budget as they end the school year. Their budget actually ends a whole lot earlier than everybody else. They have to start on their budget in March. The 1I and 1J, those are the central cafeteria funds. Those are, the first one's for $222,000 and the other one is for $908,410. That is grants and increased in revenue to do new serving lines at about 6 of our schools. K and I and M, K, L, and M are preschool, $5,004. Transfer funds for anticipated needs to finish the fiscal year for all these. The other one is $6,509, and the last one is $22,942. And the next one is N, O, and P are the same things to kind of finish out the year. $17,593, $7,376, and $2,274.
Those are all preschool.
These were approved by the budget committee, forwarded to the board for approval, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve transfers 2A through 2P. Any discussion? Not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. That's done.
Okay, the third one was an appropriation, an addendum to approve, and not appropriation, but to approve the full board. Addendum 1,
Yeah, and this is to appropriate extra funds for our contact substitute teachers, our legal fee services, and to purchase the property that you had approved earlier tonight. For $285,000, that's coming out of fund equity.
this was approved by the budget committee, and I so make the motion.
And I'll have to do a roll call on it
Yep,
too.
okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Roll call vote.
Mr. Bale? Mr. Gillenwaters?
Aye.
Ms. Langdenberg?
Aye.
Mr. McCamey?
Aye.
Ms. Portwood?
Aye.
And Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right.
What fund did you say it was coming from?
Fund equity, it's coming out of our fund balance. Miss Julie likes me using instead of fund balance, fund equity, so that's the correct.
That's what threw me off.
Yes,
There you
yes. And the last one was a transfer, which is general purpose transfer. This is something we have to do to work on our cybersecurity, and this was something that our insurance carrier said we needed to do, and also to increase conference travel for $34,000. The conference is actually going to be in person again this year.
Move we approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the transfer addendum 2. Any discussion? Not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. That is done. Anything else from Budget Committee?
Nope.
All right. Policy Committee.
Policy Committee, thank you.
Mhm.
The Policy Committee also met on Monday night, and we have 3 policies that were submitted for approval, and the first one is 4.600. And that is making some changes in the dual enrollment grading scale. And the committee recommended approval on first reading, and I so moved. Second.
Motion and second to approve policy number 4.600. Any discussion? Y'all aware of this? Y'all know that?
This is, what this is this is going ahead and adding the points in for the 4 points you get for dual enrollment, because the Rome State only uses a letter grade. So if you get a letter grade and it's a 90, then it wouldn't equip to the same thing. So the counselors went ahead and put that in there, so that way, if you get a 90, you get an A from Rome State, that in turn means you get a 95 on your transcript. That makes sense? So you didn't want somebody getting a less letter grade. The thing where it really changed is when you get down to the D's and F's, you could actually fail that course, but you could pass it from us, the way those numbers are. So this fixes that problem.
All right. We have a motion and second. Is there discussion? Not? What? Do we have a
We did have a discussion.
Yeah, sorry, we'd already had a discussion, I'm sorry.
Any other discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Anything else from
Yeah.
the motion
The
carries?
policy committee
Yeah.
had a, policy committee recruitment of employees, 5.105, and of course, we're all familiar with the shortage of teachers, and that's the major change in this is trying to get more people into the teaching pool. And the committee recommended approval on first reading, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the Grow Your Own program. Any discussion? Not all in favor of, which is this, 5.105?
Recruitment of employees.
Yep. Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. That is done.
And our last policy was 6.311, care of school property, and this was submitted to us from this TSBA. They provide us with policy changes quite frequently, and we usually go with a lot of what they recommend, but we also make it tailored to our system. We don't always just say status quo. And so, one of the major things that they took out of this policy, and we approved it, is our current policy said that a child could work off to pay for the damages. That this was taken out, and they do meet with the director of schools and the parent guardian and determine how to handle that. And that's the major change in this policy, and I'm so moved that we approve it on first reading.
Second.
Motion and second to approve policy 6.311, care of school property. Any other discussion? This is first reading.
First reading.
Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Nope, went too fast. Motion carries.
And that's all for the policy committee.
All right.
You're not gonna pass mine on second reading?
You was.
I was gonna call attention to Glenda's
1.4.
policy. We snuck
It
it
was-
in
we
under
did
the
that on
consent
consent
agenda.
agenda.
It was under the consent agenda.
And we should have pulled it out and voted on it, but Ms. Langenberg has been working on this policy as part of her level 5. And so we did sneak it in, appeals and appearances before the board, policy 1.404. So we've already approved that under consent agenda.
That's
but-
where
then we-
second readers usually.
Right, and that was second reading, and so.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your hard work on that.
Thank you.
We got to put it into practice tonight.
Yeah, we did.
All right. All righty. The last two action items, one is to vote on the settlement agreement. We met in executive committee Monday night with our attorney and talked about that. We asked some good questions, and I think we got everything answered. So is there a motion with regard to the settlement agreement?
Is that what we approved earlier? We
Yes.
had approved- I move that we approve the settlement agreement.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion and second to approve the settlement agreement. Is there discussion?
I just want to say, I don't like it. I don't like it, but our students are more important than my feelings toward this court case. And that's the reason I will vote to approve it. It's, well, I better quit.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
I agree with Andy. I don't like it either, but, as we said, the students come first. Isn't that right, Dr. Parrott?
That is correct, yes.
All right. right, thank you, Mr. Bell. Any other discussion?
I would make a comment. I hope, we have wonders about it, but I hope this settles it once we get this agreement in place and we can move forward and get the softball field. Not for this year, don't have anticipation of that, but for next year, we will have a softball field with no strings attached.
We met, they put the, they did all the lights yesterday and got them done, and of talking with the, our council to see when we can set up the meeting to go out there and test the lights. We met with, Chuck today from, Chuck Grant from Michael Brady, and to go over where the softball field would be and to where it would move and things like that. So I think we've got a good plan going forward. We just, this will be the next step.
Right, we're just scooting it. We're
Yes.
not moving it.
Right.
We're scooting it.
Right.
So, all right, any other discussion on the motion? Not, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. That is done. The last item is to approve the increase in substitute teacher pay. That would put, for non-certified, go from 65 to 85, and for licensed teachers, 85 to 100 per day, with a total cost of around $8,000 for the remainder of this school year. So do I hear a motion that we approve that?
Yeah, I so moved, so.
Second.
Okay, is there discussion? This helps us to be competitive with our surrounding school
County.
systems, and
Yes.
hopefully.
Seems like we ought to have EMTs in there for substitutes anyway.
Yeah. that's
Right,
it.
substitutes earn that money, that's for sure. All right, any other discussion? Not all in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. And that is done. Any other business to come before the board tonight?
Hey, Scott,
Yes, ma'am.
I want to thank Pam Crawford for getting the evaluations to you all in my absence Monday. And
Here, always.
if you will get those to Slade, I would appreciate it, or bring them to the retreat, one of the two.
All right, great. Thank you, Teresa. Nothing else, we'll be adjourned.
just-
Oh, wait, but,
We want to say, good luck with Don on his surgery next week.
Yes,
that's
Don,
right, Don's gonna have some surgery Tuesday.
we will be praying for you.
Teresa, you up and kicking?
But,
Are you kicking anybody yet?
you know what, it's pretty sad when you have surgery and your leg hurts worse than hurts less than it did before you went in. I could walk Monday as soon as I come out of surgery, so
Wow.
it was awesome.
That's
Yeah.
great. All
That's
right,
good.
we're the walking wounded tonight, I'm
Yes.
telling you. All right, we will be adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, Don. Bye, Teresa.